Hello, this is Just Wasp, and for the start of today's episode, we're in the Nether. Because, oh, there goes one. There was about 9 wither skeletons over here, which for me is very unusual. I mean, I normally only get like 1 or 2 at a time, so I'm kind of hoping I don't do that. Knockback. Thank you. I was kind of hoping for something good, but you know, he decided to run along the wall instead of in the path like a normal enemy should. Oh, and look at all the blazes. What is going on with this? Yeah, knockback doesn't work when I'm aiming back into the path, but watch this. Look at that, there you go. Good one. Really not very helpful. I'm going to shoot these because I can't be bothered dealing with any more of that health effect. I mean, come on, give me... Hey, I got a head! I got a head, thank you! I've got an idea with these wither skeleton heads. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I am going to try and make some little wasps flying around my base. So I'm in the Nether because I had no Nether brick. I wonder if anyone knows if they increased the spawn rates on Xbox, because I went from getting absolutely nothing all the time to just suddenly I'm getting a lot of mobs. I'm not complaining. It's about time, but I appreciate a lot of what they've done. But I would like a few more mobs, because, you know, gunpowder is a bit of an issue. It's a bit annoying just running around trying to find creepers every time I want to fly somewhere. But I think we've probably got enough resources there now for what we want, because I have some Nether wart back at the base. So let's head back and I'll show you guys what I'm getting on with today. Whee! Straight through that gap, and I am in completely not the right place. It's over here somewhere. You'll see it because you'll just see a massive stone tunnel. And there it is. Which one is this? This looks like could be the tree farm. Oh, no. Oh, this is the exact one I needed to be at. Sweet. Just going to eat before I go through the portal, and got a few things to show you guys now. There's been some improvements to the world. Well, I say improvements, actually, they probably made it worse, but they will be improvements soon. So it's nice and dark. I'm going to go sleep in my bed and get rid of that. Okay, we are back and we are on top of the viewing tower at the moment. So I started making a cactus farm over there. Just not very good at these farms, but you know, I'm just getting used to it. So this is now the equipment I have. My sword has mending. My silk touch pickaxe has mending. Yeah, I think you get the point here. These all have mending. So I've got the silk touch, I've got the fortune pickaxe, I've got the helmet with pretty much everything you can get on it, I think. Yeah, the elytra I had before. Legs, not too great, but I mean, just some protection really. I use that one because of creepers, just so hopefully I don't die in one, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, boots again with everything on it, and the axe I put smite on because I was actually watching some videos on the Hermitcraft season by Exuma, and I found out this is a one-hit kill on phantoms, which are really annoying. And not just that, it does more damage to things like the wither and stuff like that, so that's the thing I wanted to show you guys was the giant hole. So let me just put my armor back on there. Might be helpful, and get a bit of food. That was a good start there. So I've dug this all the way down, and hopefully if I come down here, kill this guy. Nope, he got me. Lovely. Kind of hoping that they will spawn. Normally they do. They were while I was digging it out anyway. They wouldn't stop. You see that staircase I built there? Yeah, something rather amusing happened. So I play Minecraft. There we go. You can see they started to spawn now. I mean, when I was in here the other day, there was absolutely loads of them spawning in. But this staircase was built simply because I was playing on the Pocket Edition Minecraft. So I bought that and I signed myself into the server. And you can get the achievements double, by the way, for anyone who loves Minecraft and loves the achievements. And I'm pretty sure if you do it on Windows 10 as well, you can probably get them tripled. So if you're searching for achievements, you play this game a lot, you can get all your achievements again and again in the same world, which is really nice, to be honest. But the unfortunate thing is, I can't seem to get the rockets to work. Ah, look, there you go, you see another slime in there now. Ah, now they're spawning in. So there will be a Colosseum here. We are going to have a fight to the death. But yeah, so yeah, the rockets don't seem to work on the Pocket Edition, which is really frustrating. That's another drown there. But, you know, so I had to dig my way out, because forgetting that, I just jumped straight in that hole and had no way back out. Alright, okay, we've got a drowned skeleton. Give me your bow. Yes. No, tridents are fine to get on Xbox, which is, this is the thing, there's advantages and disadvantages to each kind of Minecraft. Obviously the PC one is definitely the best, but there's some things I see them complain about on PC that I think that's not really an issue for me. Like tridents, for one of them, you get them quite easily. You get them from the drowns that aren't even. Let's just see. No trident. Okay, don't get them that easily. But I did make a big sugarcane farm quite a ways away, and it was really annoying me that I would have to go over there to get my sugarcane, so I've put it here, and since I've done that it seems to be growing quite well, so that'll help me with my rockets as well. Very simple for now. You can see the reason I have the Pocket Edition on my phone is not because I prefer it, I actually don't really like the control system, but it's not too difficult to get used to. You can see here, yeah, you can guess what I've been doing. I've been doing a whole lot of fishing. The main thing is I get a 12-hour shift at work where I sit there on the overnight and don't have a whole lot to do. So I just do like fishing and gathering resources, as you can see by my dyes. These ones are quite easy to do. The ink sacs are really easy to get on Pocket Edition. When you're swimming about, it's actually really easy to control and attack at the same time. So yeah, I went and grabbed a ton of those, even though I haven't needed black dye yet at all. But I know I will, because it's one of the better colours. So as you come up here, you can see I did start expanding this one out a little bit. I worked on the waterfall up here, and that will eventually go all the way to the top, which, if we go to the top... Oh, stuck. When we get up there, yep, I think you can guess what happened here. That was definitely a creeper. I've made a massive version of my pool, which is the you know, the central one that it comes from, with a small cave here which is going to lead into my house. And the idea is my house is going to have several different floors all inside this rock, with a main part on top. And if I can look at this without giving away anything, you can see there's a bit of a half yin-yang shape going here, so I figured it'd be a nice idea to have it where the pool at the bottom. So when this goes all the way down, yeah, it does go straight down there, so you see it as you're coming up. Where it goes all the way to the bottom, there's a few of the tree roots actually touching it. So now there's going to be a bit of lore behind this tree, and a bit of you know, a bit of work that's going to go into it. This is going to be the absolute centre point of my world, essentially, but mainly for this area. Obviously, in other areas I'm going to have different ideas. But so yeah, the idea is that this was a Zen garden, but the power of the tree is affecting the pool and turning this into white sand, which I really love the look of. But it looks a bit weird without the black line around it. I'm not sure how I like that, but you know, we'll leave that and see how it goes. And I've probably got a ton of random, yeah, these are where I just dug out the big hole and just left all them there. I got way too many stone and cobblestone resources now. So as we come back round here, quite a lot has happened. You know, I've added some pressure plates, some stone buttons, just trying to make it look a bit nicer. Now if you come over here to my enchantment table and my brewing station, you may have seen that already. So I've got a bit of a hole going here, this is what I want to work on in today's episode. So this is going to be my brewing station room. I worked on a bit of a design and creative, and this is going to be a library, which accidentally came out the other side. However, I actually love it because we've been working on something over here. Kieran's been working on something. I gave some ideas for the colour, and again, there's a lot of resources up there. But the idea is I'm going to make this into a communal area, so there's going to be lots of buildings out here, and we can have the library actually built into the wall, which would be quite nice. And then you got up here the final piece of work that I've done. No. Yep. This is probably what took the longest. And you're going to see we go pretty much right to the bottom. There was a lot of lava down there. When it gets there. Yeah. We got a pretty big hole in here that we're going to work on. Yeah, it goes up about 30 blocks. And I'll give you a sneak peek at the resources I'm going to use. So, yeah, I mean, you can probably tell I'm going to use a fog effect of some kind. But what I'm going to be using this to create should be interesting. I'll see how it goes. It's an unusual thing, but I just had to use all that glass up to make sure that it didn't disappear, you know, just before. Oh, wrong one. Didn't disappear before I got to use it all, because I basically used most of my glass. I'm into my last chest now, so I'm probably going to have to do a sand mining session at one point. But obviously this is part of the cave. If we come up here, this is part of the cave that leads in here to the tree. So that massive hole down the bottom is going to have a very big impact on... I don't know how this guy got in here. I did name him Soccer. So yeah, I kept him because I need to do the achievement for curing a zombie villager, but I just haven't been bothered to yet. Yeah, so the bit down the bottom is going to have some... Ooh, it's dark out. Bit of lore to help go with the tree and the story. But I guess we'll start working on the brewing station room today. Get some of these. So the idea is, let's start with this. There's the center point. That piece of diorite. Cool. Oh, we need the sword. We don't need that broken pickaxe. We don't need rockets. We don't need that or that or that. We just want a slime block in the center. And coming down. No. Yes. No, that's not what we want. That one. We want that there. And then we need some of this, some of this. We just put this like this. So basically we're just going to place this out and make it look kind of like it's leaked out into the room. Obviously, you know, with the potions, they are liquids, so I know they're red, but I feel like green is more of a nefarious. Is that the right word? Who knows? Yeah, that looks alright. And then around that, we're actually going to be putting some nether brick and some nether wart. And I don't have a crafting bench, but I believe I always keep one ready? No. Somewhere? Obviously not. Good job I always have a bit of wood in my ender chest then. Just keep that little stack in there in case I ever need a crafting bench. That's pretty much it. Or if I need some sticks or something. We'll take like 4 of them. Oh, yes, I actually forgot I need to do that. So I need to go and smelt up some of this with some red nether brick. It's nether rack. Where is it? I think 64 of them should be more than enough. So, oh, hello. Yeah, just give me the XP for that, why not? There's some very easy ways, you know, to divide up your resources on Xbox. That's another thing I like. The button options they're really simple compared to some of the things you have to do on PC. So like if you want to make multiple items on PC, you have to place all the items in your thing and then click it and then place them all again, and you can only do it 64 at a time, whereas with the Xbox you can just highlight it and just keep pressing it. Don't know if that's changed on PC, but every time I've seen it, it seems to be the way people are doing it. I think I'm just going to cut it off here and I'll just finish doing the ceiling, make sure I smelt up them bricks, and then I'll come back hopefully when this room is looking a bit more done. So I have completed the room, or you know, pretty much completed. The entrance isn't that great. I've also figured out why my screen is so dark. It looks like the Elgato software is what's doing it to my monitor. I'm not really sure why that is, because it looks fine on the PC. But I can adjust the settings in the brightness in the Elgato software, and it affects it on my monitor as well, which makes it possible for me to see, but it also makes the image quality really bad, so I can play in the dark, it's fine. Just some things will be more difficult. So if we come in here, yeah, the entrance is rubbish. I'm going to connect it to the library. The idea is you should be able to just walk through everything, but I really like the look of the way this is, it's holding it back on the walls. It's all just coming through. There's not much you can do at this point. It's collapsing. But basically, yeah, we got some, you got the bottles and then the Never Wart. The blaze powder's here and it doubles up because obviously that does make the potion of strength. Yeah, that's the one. And you got your instant health, your regeneration, your fire resistance, water breathing, yada yada, you know it all. I'm not really sure what to put in this one, but these are the main ones I think I'll use. And these are just the effects you can apply. I don't actually have any gunpowder because I used it all for rockets. And just in here we've just hidden a bit of an unlimited water source, infinite water supply, so obviously you can fill any bottles you need to, and there is a cauldron next to these just in case you were not very smart about it and you couldn't be bothered to walk over to there. I don't know, it's a nice little effect in the room. So basically I want to have this library as 2 layers, and this should just drop down maybe one, maybe even a half of one like this. Oh yeah, that's perfect. It creates like a balance beam, and then you should be able to walk around the edges similar to the ones in the I mean, it's a library. Well, how do you change a library from being a library? That's the question I want to ask you guys. How do you make a library that doesn't look like a library? So I need to actually go and collect myself some bookshelves, because at the moment I have 16 and I think I've got 15 with the other enchantment table. We'll probably get rid of that one. So I'm going to grab my axe and I'm going to head down to my... Oh, that is not a rocket, that's a fish. I'm trying to take off with a fish. I'm going to head down to my stronghold. Not fortress, never fortress, yeah. And I'm just going to find as many bookshelves as I can. So I'll maybe do a fast time lapse for this if you want to see it. Who knows? Whoa. This is a lot darker than usual. The chest... That's a lighting issue. That's not supposed to be like that. Alright. It looks like I already took a lot of bookshelves from up here. Alright, I'm going to go and collect all these bookshelves and I'll come back to you guys when I'm done. Okay, so I'm back and I have started working on the library. I'm not like massively keen on the design of it at the moment, but it's just for the sake of having my enchantment table out of the way now. So I actually made another one because I made the room uneven, but I guess if someone else on the server and they want to use it, there's a spare one there for them. You got your little chest up here now separated with I named that just because I was testing that out. I've never actually named something to put in an item frame, so I didn't know if it worked on the console. And then a couple of anvils down the bottom, and then you got your chests around here. which is where I'm going to put all the books. And my headset's talking to me. So I'm used to the floor and the walls and the staircase down to here. I'm just going to work on that now and see how that one goes. This is very laggy. I'm guessing I'm probably going to disconnect now. Yep, there you go. Okay, so I'm just about finishing up the editing now, and I didn't really want to just put music over this time lapse because it's about 5 minutes. There's a few things I wanted to talk about that I didn't really get to or think about while I was building in that episode. So in the brewing station room, behind the glass and the the fences, I did actually leave a few pieces of diorite and stone about. So I have gone through and fixed all of that up. So there should be no more bits showing through, and it just gives you a more immersive feeling in the room even when you look down. So this will be my main series, and there is a couple of other episodes that I would like to do here and there, but I've got an idea for inside the tree, because obviously I want to keep a Zelda theme in there. I've got an archery range idea that is to do with redstone, which after I've edited this video, hopefully this video should be going out tonight, and then hopefully, depending on how that archery range goes, I will upload tomorrow that one. But I could be doing that for hours because I am terrible at redstone, as I've said before, and I'm going to have to do all kind of things like pulse extenders, and I may even have to lock some repeaters for it. If if the video goes out, you'll see it, and I really hope it actually works out, because I've got the idea in my head, and I've watched a few videos on redstone. I'm a fan of Mumbo Jumbo, so I've watched a lot of his how each redstone components work and stuff like that. So in my head it should work, but we'll have to see how that one goes. So for the music for the first 2 time lapses, it was actually done by somebody called Fat Rat. You may have heard of them. They do a lot of royalty-free music on YouTube, which is just really nice. And I'll put the links down in the description for those. You should check them out if you do make any YouTube videos and you're looking for some good music to put over any time lapses or anything like that. So in the first episode I used a lot of cutscenes and little cutaways just to sort of take the mick, because the first episode was a lot of me showing you guys around what had been done and not really much happened, and that's why I actually split it into 2 halves, because it turned out we had about an hour worth of footage, and I didn't really think you wanted to watch all of that in one go. Plus, if the people that just like watching the Ender Dragon, it was nice to just split that off onto a separate video. And yes, I still haven't fixed the tree. I will be getting to that, but it's just one of them things where I've got so many projects going on at the moment in this world. So obviously we've got the one for the thing down the bottom, the 2 rooms I just did, we've got this pool and house I need to build on top of the rock. Then we actually have that building that you saw with the black and yellow pillars. I'm not going to tell you what that one is as a little secret. It will have something to do with my intro whenever I start the episodes. So hopefully that one goes quite well. And I actually really like the way everything's linked up now. I do want everything to be really simple to get around, because where I play the Pocket Edition of Minecraft, and I said like, the rockets, they're not great. I mean, I'm sure they work and it's probably just me being bad, but it's just really annoying because I've looked it up, and even if I'm standing on the ground, not even taking off, I'm really struggling just to use them. So I would like to be able to just walk around. It's so helpful to just be able to go up and down without having to worry about that stuff. I mean, the water elevators, they are brilliant. Thank you, Minecraft, that is a godsend. We really needed something like that because it's just so simple and it's a 1 block gap. Yeah, you do have to have something around it, but when you're talking about going through something like this where I've got all these rocky hills, and it just makes it so simple for me to get around. So and then obviously the library just comes out into the other side, which it was annoying before because where the tree roots are on top, they actually are blocking off a lot of the path, and you got like 1 or 2 blocks that you can walk on to get to the other side, which is fine for me because I got the elytra. But like I said, on the Pocket Edition it was annoying. Luckily I haven't had to do too much in that area yet, and obviously Kieran's building his house down there next to the river, so we will see how that one goes. I've got a couple more friends as well that do want to join the server, but not just yet, so maybe we'll introduce them at some point in the future. So as far as the tree goes, I do actually need a lot of sea lanterns. At the moment I think I have 2. So I also need some sea lanterns for the area down the bottom, the giant hole that I dug out. So I think we're going to have to take on a guardian farm, you know. I know where an ocean monument is, so I can go to it. It's quite far away, which is annoying, but at the end of the day, it's just a farm, you know. I've got my nether portal going there, so we shouldn't have too much issue with that. So I'm thinking maybe next episode we might go and just take on some Elder Guardians. We'll see how that goes, and I hope the archery range episode does get completed, and this is just going to get cut off now and go back into the video. Okay, so I worked a little bit more on the library now, and I think it's looking a bit better. The floor pattern's just kind of random blocks I threw together. It's actually from my skeleton spawner. I like the pattern, the design. I just didn't want it to be all spruce wood because that would look terrible. But you know, we just added in a few things here, and then behind that, obviously, you got to get rid of the stone. What a lot of people do is they'll put something like this in to make it look better, and then they won't actually, you know, continue the effect through. You really need to get every single block just looking like it should be there. You know, if any block doesn't look like it should be there, don't be afraid to take it out. We've got the ladders for just effect. You definitely can't go up anywhere. Just some signs kind of all around. And then if we come up here, you can see we did all the edge. I also added in this because I felt it was too blocked off. And I like that you can see through now. I'm not sure how I feel about the the floating hanging of it. It's a bit strange. What about if, oh, actually, yes, I really like that one. Yeah, that would do nicely. You know, we just had a few slabs in, a few more of these here and there, and cleaned up this wall a bit. And now I just need to work on this wall because this is going to be my entrance. I blocked it all off here, so we just need a small entrance for that. I'm not sure what kind of design I want to do for that. We'll have a look, we'll see what we can do with it, and I'll come back. Hopefully next time I come back this library should be complete, and then I have one more thing left for the episode, so we'll get onto that as soon as we can. Alright guys, so I'm just going to start wrapping this episode up now. We just need to work on the entrance to this room, and I did in fact take out all of this because it just looked hideous. I'm going to come up with a nice corridor here just with two smaller doors leading into these rather than one massive opening, because it just, I mean, just, yeah, that's horrible. That colour change is disgusting. I mean, if you stand here like this, you can see, oh yeah, I really like the look of that room. And if you stand here like this, you know, I really like the look of this room, ignoring that little bit of stone in the corner. And you know, then you just got this middle bit. So this is the entrance from my, my base area, and this will be the entrance from the communal area. But I'm not really sure what to do with that now, so I'm going to leave that for this episode. And for the final part of this episode that I had mentioned a moment ago, the last thing I want to do is, I don't know if you guys may have noticed when I'm going in my chests, but doing all of that digging, I did get 44 diamond ore. So, and I also have 57 blocks. And a ton of diamond equipment. For some reason none of it's just a load of unbreaking stuff really. So let's find a nice spot to do this. I'm thinking I need my rockets, and actually before I go anywhere I'm gonna dump a ton of stuff out of my inventory because I don't need it all. Let's get rid of all of that. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Bookshelves can stay here. The rest, yeah, I'll just grab another shulker box. Why not? Get rid of it all. I don't need any of it. Oh, I didn't put any trapdoors. I picked them up, I didn't put any down. Alright, yeah. Pretty much. We'll keep hold of the rest of the stuff because you never know when you'll need it. While we're over here, well, okay, yeah, only 2 pumpkins have grown, so you know, I'm not even going to check all of that other stuff. We also have a bunch, ooh, bookshelves there, just 2 of them. Got some more TNT here. Yeah, we got a bunch of random stuff over here. Torches, potions. What's that? Yep, that's an ender chest. Well, it was an ender chest until I, broke it with my fortune pickaxe. Because That's what people do now, it just happens. So, there we go. Well, that was a good start. 7 out of 4. Yeah, for 44, that's not too bad. What's that, 70 diamonds? Yeah, that'll do. So I'll just go chuck these in the chest. And thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day.